And welcome back to the set here on Race Day Live in Sam Boyd Stadium, Las Vegas, round 17. Welcome to the show, Clintis McGinnis.
Thank you very much.
Sensation.
Clintis, how you doing, buddy?
Pleasure to be here. Very excited, very excited.
Well, you get pretty excited about a lot of things. You have a lot of cool things on YouTube. Explain to us a little bit about the things you put together.
Yeah, so we're daily vloggers. We're from Phoenix, Arizona. Got 2 little kids, and we document our lives every single day, and we put it up on YouTube in little 8-10 minute videos, kind of like our own little reality show.
Well, you're getting thousands and thousands of followers on those things. How many followers have you actually had?
We just hit 107,000 subscribers.
There you go, bang. And you guys were just at the Monster Jam. Tell us about that.
Oh, Monster Jam World Finals, actually right here at Sam Boyd Stadium. It was amazing. We were here for multiple days. We got to see all the events, and it's really a family affair. The kids loved it. It was their first big event. We went to the Monster Jam in Phoenix. That was our first taste of it. To come down here for the World Finals, it was just like times 10. And I honestly, I feel the same way here at Supercross.
I was going to say maybe times 20 now. The kids and the wife, they got to be having fun with everything that's going on in the party in the pits. You walk down the red carpet, that's pretty cool. You see all the past champions and things like that, and just a plethora of things to do out here today.
Oh, it's an all-day event. I mean, that's the thing. You see the races on TV, you hear the pictures, you hear the hype, but to be here live, it's an all-day. You want to be here all day. There's so much stuff to do. It is an all-day event, and the kids, it's almost overstimulation. The kids don't know what to do first, what to do next, and go from spot to stop.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
Exactly.
You said you were from Phoenix. Next year, 2016, we're not where the Diamondbacks play. We're going to go where the St. Louis, Arizona Cardinals play at. That stadium. That looks futuristic. When I drive by there, I always see it looks like a spaceship that kind of landed in the middle of the desert.
I'm very excited about that because I actually live on that side of town, so much closer. I'll be there all day. You know, it makes it easier to plan your day around it.
Right. So do you have a favorite rider? I know you follow the series really, really close.
You know, it's hard because when we started watching the beginning of the season, Chad Reed, he's been riding and racing as long as I've been watching.
Right.
He's one of the vets, in my opinion. They kind of classify him that is, but
he is a vet. He's over 30 now.
Yeah, technically he is.
He can ride the vet class.
Exactly. But you know what, Dungey, I'm super excited to see Dungey to take the top there, and but it's just been an exciting season to watch all the races. My son, we have them all recorded on the DVR, and he'll sit there and watch old races, and then he starts getting confused, like, wait a minute, didn't he already win this, or didn't, you know, and he's trying to keep track of them all. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what, you know, you got to watch them in order.
Right.
And you were just telling me about your son. You know, you just got him his first ever KX60. Now tell us how that went.
Oh yeah, so he's been riding dirt bikes for the last couple of years, and we finally stepped it up to a KX65, and completely different to the old trail bikes that he's used to riding on. Getting a hold of the clutch and the power band of a two-stroke, because it's a two-stroke.
Sure.
Once I made him a deal, because he kept asking me, when are you going to get a dirt bike, Dad? When are you going to get a dirt bike? Because I had a dirt bike stolen years ago, and I have never replaced it. I said, you know what, when you can ride that by yourself, and I don't have to chase you around and start it for you and whatnot, and you can shift it, I'll go buy one.
Now, how old is he?
He's 7. He'll be 9 next week.
Okay, 9.
Or 8, excuse me. I'm sorry. 7 to 9. Yeah, okay. He'll be 8 next week on the 9th. And he can shift it now. 2 weeks ago, he finally got it. We were going around in circles. He up, down, shifting. I said, all right, I'm gonna buy a dirt bike. And then I made my audience a deal, and I said, when we hit 100,000 subscribers on my channel, I'll go buy a dirt bike. And sure enough, last Wednesday,
that was expensive.
We hit 100,000.
There's your family there.
There it is. We hit 100,000 subscribers, and I went down that day and bought a KX450. So I just bought a brand new 2015 KX450. Super pumped. I just went to the track for the first time last Wednesday.
You spent some money the last month.
Oh yeah, it's been pricey for sure.
Introduce your crew there. It's a good-looking group.
Yeah. So that's me, obviously me on the left there. My daughter Sierra, she's 10. My son Bryce, like I said, he'll be 8 next week, and then my wife Tiffany.
Now what about Sierra? Does she want to ride?
She rides. She's a little more timid though. She's not. The two-stroke scares her. The clutch, where it she's popped it a couple times. You know, trying to come out of first. It winds really high as being a two-stroke, so she's a little leery about it. The trail bikes were so much easier for her because she could putt around and there's no clutch. You didn't really have to worry about that. So
like a TTR 110 or something.
Yeah, it was a Baja 70 or something like that, I think. But yeah, she's not as into it. My son is all in. I mean, when I bought my bike, he was like, I was ready to ride. He was ready to ride that day. I'm like, well, I got to break in. I got to do some stuff to it. We went riding that weekend, just trail riding in the mud. And then, like I said, I went to the track on Wednesday with my dad. My dad actually still rides. He races in the vet class locally in Phoenix. So dirt biking's been in my family for years. My dad raced in California all his life. I think I started riding when I was like 12 or so, and then been riding and raced in high school. Got into college, stopped riding a little bit, but then kind of got back into it with my kids, and then, like I said, we've been doing it ever since.
And your son, I mean, that's a great tool for him. I mean, because if he's not behaving in school, you can kind of take the bike away, and the grades come up. You get the motorcycle back.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing too. Is among other things. I mean, there's video games and there's the iPods and the iPads and that sort of thing. But the dirt bike's a big one for him because it's something now that him and I get to do together. And it's like, I'm gonna go riding without you. So you better keep your grades up or be good, that sort of thing, because I'll go riding without you. It's that simple.
Andy and I are old school, so when you're working on your bike and you're changing the oil and the filter, your son, is he working on his too, and you're teaching him that aspect of it too? Or?
Yeah, actually, it was funny. We actually changed the oil on his bike for the first time about a year ago. Kind of taught him the ins and outs of that. But then when I changed the oil on my bike for the first time last week, same thing, right? So here's the the part where you open it up. This is where you put the oil in. This is the drain plug. My bike has 2 drain plugs. Depending on the kind of bike you have, it has multiple oil chambers. Here's the oil filter. And which tools you require. This is a wrench. This is a ratchet. Like that kind of thing. And so
very important to tell them where the oil goes and where the water goes, because sometimes when they're young like that, they'll put water in the gearbox. I say, "Do you put oil?" "Oh yeah, I put the water in right here." "Oh no, not there."
Tell us more about Clintis TV. Where did you get the brainstorming idea of this? Where did it manifest? Was that back in college? You just got a bug and wanted to start doing that?
Well, so actually in college, I went to school for video production. I wanted to make movies. That was my dreams and whatnot. And I was doing like some contract work, doing wedding videos. Moved into some films, did some short films, did some feature-length films back in Phoenix, and it didn't work out. I had to go back to the 9 to 5, had my first kid, and had to pay the bills, right? And about 2006 is when I found YouTube, and back then it was just cat videos and guys on skateboards, falling down and whatnot, funny videos. But I just started kind of documenting moments of my life with my kids and whatnot, and it was just moments. First time with no training wheels, first time with no floaties, first time losing a tooth, that kind of thing.
First time at the hospital for stitches.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. We haven't had that yet, thankfully. But and so that's how it started. But then YouTube kind of evolved and became more of a platform to watch content on a regular basis, and this daily life genre started kind of bubbling up. There were a couple of really famous people on YouTube that were doing it on a daily basis. So I was like, you know what, I think I could do that. I think I could do it. I give myself a 30-day run to do it, and after 30 days, I'm like, okay, it's kind of a habit now. And then I just kept going, and it's been 3 years. I've been doing it every day for 3 years. Today was 1,127 days.
Wow.
Awesome. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Check out what we got going on in the picture-in-picture here, the Freestyle guys. What do you think about these cats? These guys are out of their mind.
These guys are awesome. As I was walking up, I saw someone on a snowmobile doing backflips. I'm like, what is this? And it's just amazing that the things that people can do with these machines. They're heavy, they're powerful.
Right.
There's so much power, underneath you, and just a little bit of practice, you figure out the limits and then how to push those limits.
Well, I want you to get one, and then you can get your wife, because wife can jump on with you. There's a gal here that jumps on, and you'll see she just jumped on.
Wow.
You think your wife's up for that?
Oh no, she's not into it at all.
Not going to jump on the motorcycle with you. Huh?
She doesn't. I asked her, I said, you want me to take you a ride on my bike? She's like, nope, I have no desire to even get on that thing.
Oh.
So it might stop with my kids, you know what I mean? Well, and I think I keep telling her, I said, well, one day when there's 3 of us riding dirt bikes, you're gonna have to do something, because what are you gonna stay at home by yourself? Like, no, you want to be part of the family.
Sure.
I'll get her a quad, like some automatic Polaris, just so she can putt around and follow us or something like that. We got a travel trailer. She can back at the camp, making lunch or something. I don't know. Keep it a family fair.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. You look through the pits and you see all the kids here, you see the strollers, and everybody's having a great time. And that's one of my favorite things about the Supercross races is this family environment. We spoke about that a little bit briefly, but is that one of the things that draws you to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that it's something that I grew up with, watching and doing, and then now my son. I see the passion in his eyes. I see the excitement in his eyes. Whether he's watching the race on TV, when we were at Phoenix watching the race live, talking about it, going to the bike shop and like looking at all the new gear, looking at the pictures. I mean, he's got an iPod, so he'll go online, he'll go on Google and just like Google like Supercross pictures or Supercross videos and just look at stuff over and over again. I'm walking through the house and all of a sudden I hear Ricky Carmichael's voice or Jeff Emmig's voice or Ralph Shaheen or something like that. He's talking about it in the back. I'm like, what are you watching, dude? He's like, oh, I'm watching highlights from Ohio or something, Daytona. It's so cool. I love it. And again, to be here live and actually witness it live. Again, the people from home, people at home, they see the race. They hear about the hype, about the riders and stuff. But to be here and experience this, the food, the activities, the extra, the stuff that's going on right now. Like, right. People don't even know that this exists.
Well, and the thing about it is a full day, and like you said, the Feld Motorsports Field, they put cooling zones in here for people to sit down. I noticed my sister Kathy's out there with her husband Marshall out there enjoying some of the resting taking a little bit of a break out there, but it's just cool. Are we going to be on YouTube now?
Oh yeah,
is
you guys. Yeah, this is Clintis TV right here. This is what this is the camera I use.
There we are.
You say hi. Yeah.
Hi.
And this will go up tomorrow.
Do I tell them what I had for breakfast today?
You could. That's kind of works. I tweeted this out when I was going live, so I bet you I got a bunch of people watching us right now from the website.
Well, thank you.
Because like I said, motocross, dirt bike, supercross, it's a big thing for our channel. Dirt bike videos are the biggest search term that people find. So when I bought this bike and we went riding for the first time, like huge like camaraderie. So when I told everyone I was coming into town for Supercross, they were all hyped. They cannot wait for tomorrow's video. I mean, the day's not even over yet, and they're already like, I can't wait for tomorrow's video, because it's going to be all about today and here at Supercross.
Well, we're glad you're here. Let's talk a little shop. Vegas is about first. A lot of guys got their first victory here, and we've had one of the strongest rookie contingents we've seen in years. And Jason Anderson hasn't won, but Cole Seeley's won. Jason Anderson, Blake Baggett, those guys have been strong in practice so far. Do you see one of those rookies maybe coming out and making some history here tonight?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's the key too, is that this sport specifically, anything goes. I mean, one bad turn, one miscalculation coming off of a jump, and at any moment in time, someone can take the lead. Someone can be done. I mean, one bad crash. I mean, your bike or your body, and you can be out of the race. And so you can never count out the rookies. You can never count out the vets. You can never count out anyone. And so I'm super stoked because, like I said, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, see some of the fans out here behind there. They're waiting to us. You guys enjoying today?
Whoop, whoop.
Having a good time? Estonia. Italiano. Grazie. Prego.
There you go.
There you have it.
Italiano's in the house.
Yeah.
All the way from Italy. So I understand you're on a guys trip this weekend, though. How's that going so far?
Going good. We started off as a guys trip. It was going to be just me and a couple buddies coming to Supercross finals, and at the last minute, the girls were like, well, we can come, and we can come, and the girls can do their thing, and the guys can do their thing. So the guys are still coming to the Supercross, but then the girls are going to hang out on the strip and do their thing. But for the most part, it's been guys and girls kind of separated the whole weekend.
That's awesome. It's just been a great day here in Las Vegas. We got the 250 East-West shootout, the last round of the 450s. It's just a good vibe. We're 17 rounds into this thing, and instead of it feeling like it's ending, it just feels like it's growing. That's one of my favorite things about this sport.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's the thing. This is kind of like the culmination, right? Sam Boyd Stadium's a great venue, and the hype of all day long of all the events that are going on to come down to the last race. Super stoked.
Well, we're super stoked to have you on Race Day Live. It's a really cool thing.
Thank you very much.
I know personally when I get home, I'm going to join up Clintis TV and check out your stuff a lot more than I have already. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Like we explained earlier in the show, we have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff with Jim Holley and myself. And here's another clip about a little bit more about knowing Jim Holley.